Hello. Hello, this is the third time I've done this. This will be time number 3. I keep going over 15 minutes. I'm getting a little better at it. Mental health care, prisons, life sentence, death penalty, murder by state, assisted suicide. That's the notebook. It says, what does it say? Ethics, laws, and health. Mental Health Care Act Canada is a law that describes what should happen when someone who is living with a mental illness needs treatment and protection for themselves or others in Canada. Every province has a mental health law that is used to serve the people living within that province. In 1984, by federal legislation, the Canada Health Act passed. This replaced the Federal Hospital and Medical Insurance Acts and consolidated principles by establishing criteria on portability. That means if I move from this province to another province. Accessibility, meaning that most people would have easy access to care for mental and physical, but I'll get to that later. Universality, that there would be, I would argue with the word universality if it were less encompassing of the diversity. In China, a person with Down syndrome, the children with Down syndromes, have acupuncture needles put in them and then are playing in a room. And they're very healthy, and there is no real mental illness in China for a lot of people, very much. Universality is a crushing word, sort of, that we could all, have Western medicine, and that I wouldn't be using lavender to have me be much more relaxed or less anxious, that I would be using a pill like Ativan or a minor tranquilizer. Comprehensiveness would be, that there would be accuracy, and that's a promise. And public administration would be that it would be, really very founded, very real, and enduring. The Canada Health Act, CHA or Act, is Canada's federal legislation for publicly funded health care insurance. The objective of the objective of policy is to protect, promote, and restore the physical and mental well-being of residents of Canada, and to facilitate reasonable access to health services without financial or other barriers. In French, Loi Canadienne sur la santé, adopted in 1984, publicly funded health insurance, commonly called Medicare. I downloaded a PDF of both the English and French, which is the same in the same PDF file. Downloaded that from Canada Health Act laws.justice.gc.ca, which is https://laws, LAWS, bar or dash either way, Louis, LOIS, .justice, JUSTICE, .gc.ca. This objectif premier, la politique canadienne de la santé, all that, is the physical and mental health of people. Now let me also add that this is two is to protect people and to promote and restore health care. That is clearly, it is not to protect, to promote, and to restore. It is to protect and to promote and restore, without the to restore. Canada Health Act laws do not provide more than punitive punishment remedied towards a better outcome for punitive punishment a lot. Punitive punishment is commonplace, is normal. There are other ways to to look at if a person is doing wrong in society. The person has been wronged by society and therefore should have schooling or education, shelter, food, should be helped so that society can benefit from the blessings of not having harmed that person to the point where the person would do wrong. AI overview. The Mental Health Act is the law in Ontario that regulates how people with mental illnesses are treated and admitted to psychiatric facilities. It also protects the rights of patients, which is very lacking. It can protect, it is supposed to, it does what it does. Mental Health Act RSO 1990 CM7. I'm not going to go over all the details, so you can look it up yourself, but this leads me to 21.1, where a judge has reason to believe, blah, 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 attend a psychiatric facility, send someone with a mental disorder. Leads me to Google, given Mental Health Act RSO 1990 CM7, can a person not charged with a crime be held under the Mental Health Act? The results are very much the same, in that the person having been already charged with a mental health issue it doesn't matter if the person has committed any crime or not, the person automatically can be, for the rest of all time, at any point in time, sent from where he or she is to the nearest psychiatric facility under 72-hour hold, police intervention, whatever it's called, Form 1, Form 2, in Canada pretty much. And this all because there is a record of a mental health activity, therefore that is what healthcare is. Anyway, that is the long story short. I go through RSO 1990 CM72, MHA RSO 1990 CM71, C, D, E, F 1.1, A, B, C, D, E, and the outcome is a form for assessment. Now, see the book, or books, first one, Games People Play, GAMES, People Play. This is Eric, ERIC, Berne, BERNE, MD. And also the book, I'm Okay, You're Okay, by Thomas Harris, THOMAS, HARRIS. Promoting a sense of equality and mutual respect, rather than implying everyone is inherently unwell or well. The DSM IV fact sheets, I will download them later, but I have not done so yet. There were too many lengthy times that a lot of work there. Chart of DSM IV. Axis. Axis 1. Clinical disorders, including mood disorders, anxiety disorders, schizophrenia, substance abuse disorders. The Axis 1 is not all people. Some people do have substance abuse disorders, some people do not. Some people do have anxiety disorders, some people do not. Some people have mood disorders, some people do not. Axis 2, personality disorders and intellectual disability. Everyone is intellectually disabled compared to the most intelligent person. Not true. Anyway, sort of, yes. But everyone has a personality. Everyone has an access to order or disorder. That I can be borderline personality is who I am. But it says disorder and people are automatically borderline personality disorder. General medical conditions. General medical conditions imply that if I had a compound fracture of my left femur, which is my bone sticking through my skin, that I could take Demerol to relieve pain, and that I wouldn't be a substance abuser, but eventually I could take Advil or Tylenol or nothing, and my leg would have healed, and then there would be a physical and general medical condition that would establish that indeed I have a non-addictive personality, or that I was treated so well or somebody did such a good job that I do not have a substance abuse disorder. The psychosocial and environmental factors are simple. A person who is homeless. This person has no shelter or whatever. This person, that's an environmental factor is also. Let's say the person also has a home, has it all, but is black, or Mideast Asian, or me, and not really Canadian enough, or whatever. That psychosocial factor is that there'll be a group or a clique of people who are those well people, you know, the well and the unwell. Those people, those good people who dress alike, and, you know, they have jobs or whatever, and those unwell people. And that is very important as a psychosocial aspect of what is Y2K plus 24, or now in 2025. And the environmental factors are, you know, do you have a place to live? Do you have food to eat? Do you have clothing? These environmental factors will make a world of difference if they were recorded in medical files. Global Assessment of Functioning, the GAF score, indicating overall levels of functioning, Axis 5, could be overseen by someone who oversaw many nurse practitioners or many doctors and took all of their work and assessed the global assessment for the World Health Organization. Nurse practitioners and modern Western medicine, psychiatric facilities and all, who I think would give me that one. I hope, you know, I'm not going to say it in French or Swahili. I'm not going to say it in Spanish. I'm not going there. No, the DSM IV eliminated the multi-axis system. The DSM is the Diagnostic Statistics Manual for Psychiatrists. The DSM is a way for psychiatrists to talk to each other. So you're a psychiatrist, you have a client or many clients, and you do your work. But the client's going to be rounded up and taken to a psychiatric facility, and you want to communicate to the other psychiatrist. The DSM 5 helps communicate because there's an understanding of what kind of person, you know, what mood disorder, personality disorder and all. But without the multi-axis system, I find that, you know, the communication is lacking. The DSM-5 eliminated the multi-axis system. And why? Because it wasn't consistently used to its full potential by clinicians. And there was a lack of scientific support for its reliability, which might be that people didn't use it properly or couldn't use it. It was too confusing. And I think maybe psychiatrists should go back to school, you know, because it's not confusing to me at all. 14:16, I did it. I'm under 15 minutes on this.